What's up, Juventini? Today we look at Moggi, who calls out our two big signings, as well as claiming what the missing link at this Juventus is. We'll go through that. Danilo wants to waive the automatic renewal portion of his clause. This leaves fans confused. We're going to look at that together. And then Motta brings us the injury update and gets us ready with his presser for the big game against Lazio tomorrow. I'm Berto. This is the AJCR channel dedicated to Juventus. It's October 18th. Let's rock with the news, and we kick things off with an exclusive that came out later in the day yesterday, and that's around Danilo. Danilo wants to remove the clause in his contract, which after a certain amount of appearances this season would make his renewal for next year automatic. This leaves fans confused, and I think it was the wording that came from Fabrizio Romano, because it claimed that he wants to negotiate the future separately, but we have been hearing for a while that his future could be separated from Juventus, period. So fans are left confused as to why he wants to remove this automatic renewal clause. For me, it's simple. I've been saying for a while that if you think Giuntoli was going to take matters out of his own hands, you are mistaken. And I think Danilo realizes that this is one of the reasons, a significant reason, why his minutes could also be getting cut. And I think at the end of the day, he wants to contribute and he wants to help the side on the pitch in whatever capacity he can. So for me, I think it's clear. It is simply about getting minutes and taking that concern away from the club. But what do you think is the reasoning behind him doing this? All right, but that's the latest. Now we get to Kenan Yildiz. He is shortlisted and a finalist for the Golden Boy Award. Now he received praise from Luciano Moggi, claiming that the future looks very, very bright for Kenan Yildiz, but patience is going to still be required. Now Moggi, while praising Yildiz, didn't have the best to say about the big signings at Juventus, claiming that Koopmeiners is not a leader and there is still something lacking in the midfield. As far as Douglas Luiz, he claims that he is only going to find the pitch once he ramps up the pace and the intensity from his own play. Hell, that's some big words from Moggi, all right? Really calling out both of those guys to get it going for Juventus. He also claimed what he believes is the missing link for this Juve side, and he says it is Zirkzee. He claims that that is exactly what they need. They need a false nine to complete Motta's game, and he claims he is surprised that there wasn't a big push for Zirkzee to come, but he did still praise the management's work in the offseason, claiming that this team is still definitely built for a cycle, but still a missing piece there. Do you agree with Moggi in calling out both those guys and in claiming that the missing link is a false nine like Zirkzee? Hit me in the comments. Now, as far as Motta goes, he had his presser ahead of the big game tomorrow against Lazio, and he starts off by giving us good news that Fagioli is available, as well as Weah. He claims that the only guys that are out are Milik, Bremer, West, Koopmeiners, Nico Gonzalez, and then Conceição for the suspension that he has to serve. As far as the Koopmeiners replacement, he again goes back to his old ways of not giving anybody anything, claiming he has not decided who replaces Koopmeiners in the midfield. He claims Luiz has had a good reaction, and he still believes he is going to play a pivotal part for this club this season. As far as Adzic goes, he says he looks well. He is a midfielder, though. He sees him more as a midfielder than a winger. Thuram has great desire to improve and shows that every day, and he is doing well. As far as Lazio goes, they are tough. They are a well-coached team who finds themselves doing well so far. The stadium will be full of fans with great enthusiasm, and we are ready for this game. Your projected lineup is as follows: Di Gregorio, Savona, Gatti, Kalulu, Cambiaso across the back. In the midfield, you've got Locatelli and Thuram. The three across the front behind Vlahovic are Weah, Yildiz in the 10 spot, Imbangula on the left, and Vlahovic up front. What do you think about that lineup? What do you think about all the news you just heard? You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, join the AJC Army, but let's mix it up in the comments. And tomorrow morning, we are live getting ready for the game against Lazio at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And yes, I'm bringing you a watch along. Till then, as always, fino alla fine, Forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.